From Phoebus High School. WHCS Cable Channel 46 presents Peninsula District Girls Basketball. The Hampton Crabbers visiting the Phoebus Phantoms. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintzman. We welcome you to Phoebus High School for tonight's contest between the Phoebus Phantom girls team and the Hampton Crabbers girls team. Right now, let's go to courtside. Bob Hintz has head coach David Six of the Hampton Crabbers.
Well, Coach, I know watching you guys play the other night against Bethel, you got a team that fundamentally looks like they're getting better all the time. How do you feel?
Yeah, we're young, and we're not basketball literate. By that I mean there's a lot of kids that haven't played basketball all their lives. But we're coming around. We looked real solid the other night, and the last couple of games we've looked good well.
Well, you know, I was impressed with your big people on the basket. They get the rebound. They don't put it on the floor. They keep the ball above their head. Do you work on that? We tell them that, and it's not always accomplished, but they're coming along. They're really coming along. And size is our attribute right now. Well, you're doing good, and as I said before, you do a great job over Hampton. We're glad to have you back in the Peninsula District.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back.
Good enough. Let's go back over to Tim.
All right, thank you, Bob, and thank you, David. Tonight's contest is brought to you by Zooms with 5 convenient Hampton locations and by Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director. Let's go back to courtside. Bob has head coach Liz Mears of the Lady Phantoms.
Well, it's glad to have you, and always a pleasure to interview you because I feel like it's so good to have somebody that looks good instead of these ugly old guys going.
No.
Tell me a little bit about your team this year.
This year we only have 2 seniors on this team, and the other girls are fairly young. I have a 9th grade point guard that we're trying to mold to fill the gap that Tangi left last year, and so we're pretty young, and you know, they're learning the game, and we're just trying to execute and cut back on our turnovers. So.
But now Crystal Clary was a freshman last year, a sophomore this year. Is that correct?
Junior. She's a junior.
So you know, she's really looks good, doesn't she?
Yeah, she went this summer. She played real hard this summer and worked on her game with Coach Six, as a matter of fact, as an AAU coach, and she has come back with that determination that she had this summer, and she's been a great lift to the team, and sometimes the girls rely on her too much. But I'm looking forward to do things.
Well, you know, but that happens.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, listen. Good luck to you tonight.
All right. Thank you.
Good enough. Let's go back over to Tim.
All right, thank you, Bob. Thank you, Liz, as we are just moments away from the introduction of the starting lineups and the game between the Lady Phantoms and the Lady Crabbers here at newly lighted.
Right.
Phoebus High School. You and I have talked about this for years, Bob, how we were surprised that the picture came out as good as it did because of the darkness here.
Well, the floor is not your normal basketball court. It's a dark blue, but the lights show off of it. So, you know, when you watch this on the replay, it looks real good. But you're right, the lights are brighter. There are new lights in here. We can see.
Yeah, and we have a new press box.
Yeah, we're at the left-hand end instead of the right-hand end.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Phoebus High School. Now, please ask you to rise.
Well, we're going to have the national anthem at this game rather than a lot of times they wait till the boys' game, but we're going to have it at this game, and then we'll get with the starting lineups.
Ready. Okay. Mark. Time. March. Ready. Move. Forward. March. Half right turn. March. Forward. March.
As you can see, this is the Marine
Half right turn. March. Forward. March. Counter. March. March. Cover. Hold. Present. Cover.
we've had the playing of the national anthem, and just a moment or two from now, we're going to have the introduction of the starting lineups. As a matter of fact, I'm told, Bob, we'll have a gentleman here at Phoebus High School assist us by actually holding our microphone so the fans at home can hear the correct pronunciations.
The correct pronunciation. We mess them up a little bit.
Phantoms are hosting the Lady Crabbers. I will introduce to you tonight the starting lineup for the Lady Crabbers. Starting at guard, number 21, Takara White. Starting at forward, number 31, T.T. Lassiter. Starting at center, number 55, Alicia Morris. Starting at forward, number 33, Shonda Sturdivant. And starting at guard, number 25, Siobhan Earp. And now, ladies and gentlemen, now introducing the Lady Phantoms. Starting at guard, number 22, Sheree Mullins. At forward, number 23, Sharon Bryant. At center, number 33, Crystal Clary. At guard, number 12, Shanika Jackson.
Good change.
And at forward, number 24, Crystal Woods. And the Phantoms are coached by Liz Mears.
All right, I want to thank Stanley Sexton for giving us the starting line. I've got a couple of minor changes, Bob. You want to make them aware of those?
Really do. You'll see number 12 is Shanika Jackson, and number 24, Crystal Woods, are both starting along with Mullins, Bryant, and Clary.
And there you have the Phoebus Lady Phantoms. And we're about set to get this one underway. 4 8-minute quarters in high school basketball. And we've been able to identify the guilty parties that will be working the game tonight. There you see we have James Bradshaw.
That's
and
James Bradshaw.
Boyd will be the officials.
And James Boyd is kind of a replacement. There was the person that was supposed to do the girls hurt his knees. The replacement didn't show up. He just got done. James Boyd just got done with the JV boys game.
So getting a double workout today.
So I guess he gets double pay. You get 2 games, you get 2 pay. We got to talk to Scotty.
We got to talk to Scotty. All right, so the Lady Phantoms control the opening tap.
And they see Hampton is in a 2-3 zone. They're going to use their superior height.
And on the in pass, it was last touch by the Phantoms. It'll give the ball to the Crabbers on the turnover.
Well, now what you're going to look at when the Phantoms have the ball, they get the ball inside to Crystal Clary. They play a man-to-man, the Lady Phantoms do.
This is to Tiara Lassiter over to Earp. And then we've got the ball thrown out. So both teams start the game with a turnover.
Well, and Tim, that's a little bit of excitement that goes with that. Plus, you take your eyes off the ball, looking for where am I going to shoot, I'm going to pass, or whatever I'm going to do, and you end up losing the pass out of bounds. Nice trap by the Phantoms.
And the ball stolen. Crabbers can't get the shot. The stick back is no good. But the Crabbers get yet another rebound. This is Lassiter from outside, short. So the Crabbers with 3 chances, but they come up dry. And back come the Lady Phantoms.
So that was a very good trap right at the half court. You used the half court and the side, out of bounds on the side as additional players.
One shot for the Phantoms, and Lassiter with the rebound. She gives off to Takara White, who will set up the play. Lassiter right side to Alicia Morris.
That's Morris. That was our player of the game last week at Bethel High School.
This is Shonda Sturdivant inside. Stick back is good.
That's good, number 25, Tim.
That is Earp, the freshman. Siobhan Earp gets the first score of the ball game.
Well, you get under the basket and good things will happen. We got a blocking foul.
That one is going to be charged to Shonda Sturdivant, number 33. That'll be a player control foul. There was 6:23 remaining in the first period, just underway from Phoebus High School. This game videotaped on the 22nd of January, 1999.
1999.
Party like it is. Lost the ball out of bounds. It'll go over to the Crabbers.
Well, she actually dribbled that ball off her foot, but that was because of the defense put on her, put so much pressure, she really didn't have a place to dribble the ball. Good pressure defense by the Crabbers. It looks like they're going to sit back in the zone, but they don't. Do a lot of things out of the zone. David Six does a great job with these Lady Crabbers.
In the lane, looked like a pretty good defensive play, but a foul has been called.
Well, that's on Clary. There was two young ladies that were going for the block. One of them did get all ball. As we watch the replay here. Watch this.
That was pretty good defense. Huh?
Yeah, I thought the other girl I thought Clary did a good job of getting all ball.
By the way, I noticed they spelled your name correctly on our graphic intro, and mine wasn't spelled. Is that? I know. I mean,
how long have you been doing this?
19 years.
19 years, and they don't know. We got to talk to Andy.
Just a minor point. 2 games, 1 pay. Misspelled the name. I'm out of here.
Hey, take it easy now. I did a good thing for you last week.
Yes, you did, and I will be indebted to you for longer than either one of us will realize. My wife was absolutely thrilled.
Nice pass inside to Morse, and good hands. And notice what I was telling about when I was talking to David Six about how they keep their hands up. The smaller player can't get a hold of the ball.
And a good steal, but stolen right back. Now the loose ball, finally controlled by the Lady Crabbers. Lassiter is open, and she missed the layup. And a stick back draws the foul.
Well, that's 2 on Clary.
Yeah.
That can hurt.
That's 2 on a very experienced player, and Liz Mears now is going to have to consider whether or not to leave Crystal in there with almost more than half of the first period still remaining and 2 fouls already.
Well, Tim, we will pick a player of the game from both of these teams tonight, and those players receive a plaque and a T-shirt. The plaque comes from Buckwalter Engraving, and they're located on Kecoughtan Road. For all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 723-6067. Dave Buckwalter is the owner. The shirt comes from Islander Hardware and Sporting Goods, and they're located in Poquoson. They can meet all your needs on a sports basis with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment and uniforms. Plus, they have screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner. And if we get a chance, Tim, I was able to give David Six the plaque and the shirt that Alicia Morse won last year, and I see her mother is sitting in the stands with both of them, and maybe sometime during the game we can get her to hold her up, and Ron Baton might be able to get a shot of it.
By the way, during your spiel there, Scotty informed Bob Killen that they did get all the letters right, they just didn't have them in the right sequence.
So your name was OK.
Okay, Uncle. Hey, as long as they get it right on that other slip they send me, that's what counts.
I hear that.
5:15 left in the first period.
Well, that probably looked good to the guy that looks at Stalexa. That probably looked just right.
Crystal Clary has come out of the ball game as we suspected she might.
Yeah, Tim, on less than 3 minutes gone. Yeah, that's
so those fouls could come back to really hurt.
Well, and the first one was not a foul. That's what really probably upsets Liz Mears a little bit.
But it was called as such, and that's the only thing that really counts here. Sturdivant unable to get either one of those. And a loose ball is finally controlled by the Lady Phantoms. That's Sharon Bryant who got it. And this is Shanika Jackson setting up the play.
The Hampton Crabbers do a good job of trapping on the side. Is that the second foul on Sturdivant? 33?
Well, second called one she hadn't committed to yet. That was a terrible call.
It was a terrible call.
I'm sorry, I'm already getting on the officials here, and I don't mean to, but we've had 2 phantom fouls here, and I don't mean to making a pun. Crabbers get it to half court. Up 6-0. Takara White now will swing the ball in the corner. Open for the shot, a little bit long. Lassiter with the stick back, short, and then she went over the back.
That was a good call.
That was a good call. We'll call them when we see them right. My golly, that was a good call. She reached over the back.
Did we talk about our sponsors tonight?
We sure did. Zooms with 5 convenient Hampton locations and other locations as well throughout the peninsula, and Wood Funeral Home with Richard Pulley, the funeral director. We appreciate our corporate sponsors for
we really do.
helping us out. Another good trap. That should be out of bounds.
And that was good because she just drove right in, just went right out of bounds. But that's what David is such a good teacher in his fundamentals. He says you block where the out of bounds is. So you really, it's like having another man there helping you.
Down low for Morris, the left-hander off the mark. A couple of Phantoms battled for it and caused the out of bounds to be off of them. Almost halfway through the first period, 4:04 remaining. Crabbers will inbound underneath their basket. Right side, Takara White gives to Morris. In the lane.
Nice move. Didn't get the roll.
Anderson's shot won't go. Morris got the rebound, and she is fouled.
She keeps right after the ball. I like the way she gets positioned, Tim. She watches the ball and moves. A lot of people just stand where they are and hope the ball comes to them.
So far, the Crabbers are shutting out the Phoebus Phantoms not only on the scoreboard, but on the offensive rebounding board, as it's 7-0 offensive rebounds for the Crabbers, the taller Lady Crabbers. And Morris can't hit, so the Crabbers are 2 of 5 from the free throw line here in the early going. Morris will try to get her third point of the first period, and again, it's off the mark, and we have a lane violation. So that won't count as a miss. She'll get an opportunity.
We've got Emily Smith getting ready to check in for Alicia Morse.
Thought Emily played real well last week.
Yeah, she did, and she's hoping she makes this shot so she can get in. But
unfortunately, Morris didn't. But the rebound, Anderson no good.
That was 2 more offensive rebounds.
Crabbers unable to add to their 6-point total, however. Jackson across the timeline. You see how that double teaming is really harassing the Phantoms. They are not really handling it well, and they throw it out again.
Well, again, it bounced the ball off their foot. They are not used to that pressure, and it's really a 1-3-1 half-court trap. David waits till the ball goes on the wing. The young ladies trap on the side where they've got help on the sideline.
All right,
excellent coaching. Excuse me.
Substitutions. Emily Smith does come in for Morris. Almost thrown away. Lassiter retrieves it. I'll try and pick up the changes for the Phantoms here in a second. Lassiter, baseline jumper, got it.
Oh, she's got a nice shot, Tim. She's a real big part of this offensive unit.
Tiara Lassiter gets in the score column, and it's 8-0 Hampton. And Takara White on the turnover. 1-on-2, put it off the glass, got it.
Nice job that time by Takara Lassiter. And they are shutting them out 10-0. And I know Liz Mears is
That was a good save by Jackson. Wide open for the shot, off the heel of the rim. Long rebound comes out to the Phantoms, off the mark. And
that's their first offensive rebound, as a matter of fact.
And it was one of those long ones that comes out off of the long shot. Earp is open.
Cherry. Oh, there's a 3. Woo!
Siobhan Earp,
the freshman,
makes it 13-0, and Crystal Clary just has to come back in.
Tim, they've got to get some offense, and that's the offensive thing for the Phantoms is Crystal Clary.
And again, that trapping defense steals the ball. Down low, Anderson in the lane, off the mark, got her own rebound, throws it up, no good. A couple of Phantoms battle for it, and finally they control it. Almost a timeline violation there. She looked like she almost stepped into the center court and then came back.
The ball's got to go across, and the ball never made it.
7-1 turnovers. The Phantoms make that 8 now.
8-1.
So Liz Mears will put Crystal Clary back in the game.
Well, also comes in number 22, Tim. Cherie Mullins comes back in the game.
And Audrey Taylor also checks in. So Crystal Clary with 2 fouls and a minute 40 left in the first period, but Liz Mears can't afford to have her out any longer. She's got to get her back in.
But you notice that the Phantoms are now in a zone. They're going to try to protect Clary. They've got to.
Got a chance to see that 3-pointer by Earp. And the Phantoms get a steal. Less than a minute and a half remaining now. Trying to feed it down low to Clary. They do. Her shot is off the mark. Got her own rebound, and she draws the foul. David Six didn't like that call.
So they're giving it to
Earp. That's her first. Crystal Clary will go to the free throw line. There you see David Six pleading his case to the officials, but they're not listening.
He's very animated.
No, he's in the game, that's for sure. Crystal Clary gets the first point.
You got to feel like, if you're the Phantoms, you got to feel like, finally, we got the monkey off our back, we got to score.
Clary can't get the second one, and Anderson clears the boards for the Lady Crabbers.
Ejita Holmes is the one is running the point right now for the Crabbers.
Anderson's pass too low for Emily Smith.
You got to
get that pass up.
Right, you got to get the ball up in the air.
Liz doing a little house cleaning down here.
Well, now I did that one time before, Tim. When I was coaching, they called it technical on me. Of course, I threw the towel out in the middle of the court. Maybe that's why they called it technical on me.
I just lost everything down here.
I noticed that you went boom.
Yeah. You didn't happen to see who got that other basket for the Lady Phantoms, did you?
Yeah, Crystal Clary got it, Tim.
Okay.
And here she is again. And there's another Crystal. She's got all 5 of the points.
All right, so now we're at 13-5 and almost a steal. Lady Crabbers keep it. And the buzzer will sound.
And I tell you, Phoebus got real aggressive at the end, and that's why they picked up 5 points.
So the Lady Phantoms, who were shut out 13-0 at one point in the first period, come back with 5 straight to tighten it up and just trail by 8 after 1.
WHCS Channel 46 welcomes you to the Math Zone, a live, televised, interactive call-in program for students to get help with their math. Join Tyler Elementary teacher Cassandra Hamilton and Davis Middle School teacher Sherry Martin. Every Tuesday and Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., call 850-5426 and join the Math Zone.
Little replay of the action there, and there's Mr. Bob.
They spelled my name right.
That's right. You have pull or push or something. Hampton,
right.
First period, Hampton with 14 rebounds to just 6 for the Phantoms. Turnovers were in Hampton's favor, 3 for them and 8 for the Phantoms. 4 steals for the Crabbers and 2 for the Phantoms.
For that rebound, 14 offensive rebounds. Unbelievable.
14 rebounds, 10 of which were offensive.
10 of them.
And look at there. Look at that message on the screen there. We got to get him in the picture.
Who's this guy?
Too.
Hey, does the name, the speed limit mean anything?
Speed bump? Did we get a real good shot of Bob? There we go.
He says he wants to make sure he's not double nickels. Although he's in that year.
What's the speed limit? 55? Is that what
he says it's 54, so I don't know.
Lassiter too strong with the shot, and a foul charge to the Phantoms. That one will go against Shanika Jackson, her first. Fourth team foul.
That'll put Lassiter on the foul line with 2 shots. There's a good shot of the birthday boy. Smile, Bobby. Smile, Bobby. Say hi, Mom.
The other way.
The other way. You got to look that way. You can't look it this way.
I sent my mother flowers today.
Well, yeah, I would too after having you.
I was thinking about sending your mother flowers today.
Oh, we're picking on him tonight.
Well, that's what you do with the birthday boy. You always pick on the birthday boy.
Congratulations, Bobby.
I thought he was a lot younger than that. I didn't realize he was that old. Isn't that a kind of what they call a backhanded compliment?
Left-handed back end. I don't know, one of
All
those.
that stuff. There you see the score, 15-5. The Phantoms trying to crawl back in this, and that's a blocking foul charged to Takara White. That'll just be a player control foul.
Well, that's the second one on Takara. And David wasn't real happy with that call.
Long pass into Crystal Clary. She puts it up and no good. Loose ball, and it's taken by Tiara Lassiter, but stolen back by the Phantoms.
Hey, the Phantoms have gotten a whole lot scrappier than they did the first 6 minutes of the ball game.
Stolen. Lassiter, one-on-one, no, but she'll get 2 at the free throw line as she was fouled by Sheree Mullins, her first.
Well, and then that's not a bad call. If that's her first foul, that was a good foul. But we've been attacked here, but I don't know who by.
Here's your action. Got a chance to see the replay there, and it was a good call by the officials. 2 shots coming for Lassiter. And it rolls off. So she hit the first 2 that she attempted and now misses the first of 2 here.
She just didn't look comfortable on that shot.
And misses that one. It goes out of bounds. Should belong to the Crabbers, and it does. White will trigger under the basket. Into Anderson. Anderson's shot is short. We've got a tie-up, and the possession arrow will give the ball right back to the Lady Crabbers. I can't tell you how different this place is with these lights.
Oh, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much better. And it's better for the fans, too. I mean, it's hard on your eyes to watch the game in person here. Lassiter from deep in the corner, no good. Morris sticks it back in.
She's got a nice soft touch, Tim. Normally you want them to use the backboard in there, but she has such a nice touch, she can put it right over the rim.
Almost stolen again, but regained by Jackson for Clary at the baseline. Good play.
Well, that's one thing that a trap will do, that the person furthest from the trap will be open, but normally you can't see them.
So far, the Phantoms a one-dimensional offensive game. Crystal Clary has all 7 of their points, and now the Lady Crabbers turn it over. Lassiter lost control of it at the baseline.
She got tripped up somehow. I don't know how it was, but it was incidental as far as the official was concerned.
Again, that double team almost resulted in a steal. Mullins got it back. Now she gives to Jackson. Sheree Mullins off the glass, no good. Lassiter was fouled on the rebound, I do believe.
Yeah, she was fouled by
Galloway.
Tara Galloway.
Again, neither team has a collection of 7 team fouls, so it's non-shooting. But the way I have it here unofficially, that will be the next time. Next time the Crabbers are fouled, they will be in the bonus. In fact, both teams will be in the bonus from this point on. Clary with the rebound.
Well, she did a great job of tapping the ball out to herself.
And a reach-in foul.
Yeah, that's the second one on Mullins. And that is a 1-and-1 situation now for the Lady Phantoms.
Interestingly, the Phantoms, Bob points out to me that they're doing a good job of keeping Morris off the boards, but Lassiter is really hurting them. She's got 6 rebounds here in the first half. Lassiter does.
Well, and that's what happens if you have somebody, if you concentrate on keeping one person up, if the other people will, it looks like they step up, what it is they've got an open shot to the rebound. Good job that time.
1 out of 2 for Mullins. 17-8 in favor of the Lady Crabbers, as we are just under 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Anderson open for the 3, a little too strong, and it's knocked out of bounds by Phoebus. Takara White will trigger, tries to get it into Morris, and it was too tall for her, but then the loose ball is picked up by the Lady Crabbers. Down to Morris, and she is fouled.
Yeah, and that's third one on Bristol.
Oh, I can hear the slap from here. There was no question about that.
Yeah, and that's the gamble you take when you put her in. She did a good job staying out of trouble, but if you're Hampton, you want to get the ball inside. Watch the replay, and yeah, you can see it. She got
run
a little bit
twice. Got her twice on the arm, as a matter of fact.
So timeout.
Timeout has been called by the Lady Phantoms, and when they do come back, it will be 2 shots coming for Morris. I think this is a 22nd or 22nd timeout. So it'll give me a chance to tell you that Zooms has all kinds of good things going on. They have Krispy Kreme donuts. What else you got there? They got
that Beantown coffee, ham and cheese subs, all kinds of subs.
Coca-Cola, fried chicken, potato wedges.
Oh, you like the wedges?
Yes, I do. I mean, I'm telling you.
And then if you get all that, you can go ahead and fill up your tank, because they got the Citgo gas right there.
Your quality Citgo gas. Zooms is the place to go. And we again appreciate David Allen and Zooms for sponsoring our basketball coverage.
Scotty's getting a little carried away with himself in the truck, isn't he?
He's drooling on the new equipment. Talking about Krispy Kreme
all his
donuts.
food, he'll probably leave. So, okay, you guys handle it. I got to go to Zoom.
I'm out of here.
There's one right down the street.
Right around the corner.
Right down on the corner of Woodland and Mercury.
Morris misses the first of 2. She is 0 for 3 from the free throw line, and make that 0 for 4. And we had a tie-up, and the possession arrow belongs to the Phantoms, so they'll get the ball. Liz didn't think so. You can tell by her reaction.
Well, and she's thinking, well, you know, she might have the ball, but she's also got an arm in there. Right now, the Lady Crabbers would really have a lead if they could hit a good percentage of their foul shots.
And a nice steal by Janine Anderson, who stepped right in front of the pass. Takara White will push it across the timeline. Lassiter. Anderson to Morris. Nice feed. Easy basket.
That's that high-low. Very good. Get it into the player that's at the foul line. They turn around. They can find the big player breaking to the basket. In that case, Morris was the recipient of a nice assist.
Morris now with 6 points and yet another steal by the Lady Crabbers. Morris thought about a lead pass under the basket, but better took her time with it. Anderson again with the long attempt, no good. A 1-on-3, Jackson got it back. Spots Mullins, who's open for 3. Got it.
There you go. That young lady can hit threes. I've seen her hit them before.
Well, just like that, the lead is sliced down to 8. 19-11 by the three-pointer, and stolen by Jackson. Jackson has it stolen right back. .340 left in the half.
Well, this is an exciting game.
19-11. Anderson open, no good. Anderson's not bashful. She'll fire it up.
And I know David says you're the 8 foot of the basket. Shoot it.
Sometimes that timidity hurt you because you don't shoot it. And
That's right.
She's got the big front line. She's got Morris in there and Lassiter, so they can always rebound if she does miss. Now we have a reach-in foul. That'll be the first against Janine Anderson. And both teams, as I mentioned, are over the limit and will be in the 1-and-1. 3:13 remaining in the first half. Want to remind everybody that we will also have the boys contest between Hampton and Phoebus right here on Channel 46. Bob informs me that the turnover ratio is 5 for the Crabbers, 12 for the Phantoms. Now make that 6-12.
Yeah. And
Crabbers
it's a good idea the Lassiter had, but you got to make sure you get the pass there. You get the adrenaline flowing and you throw that ball a lot farther than you normally can throw it.
You get another good look at David Six, the coach for the Lady Crabbers. Jackson gets it across the timeline and then throws it away. And again, that pressing defense is just wreaking havoc.
And that's what's causing the turnovers is that trap at half court. I want to congratulate Lakeisha Frett. Talked to her earlier. She's going to go to Hungary. She's going to be playing. In fact, she's leaving this weekend. And I asked her, I said, well, you have to learn Hungary? She says, not too many people speak it, so I'm not going to worry about it. But she is really tickled to death about going. She's been helping the Phoebus girls. And there's 3 more offensive rebounds.
And Lassiter gets the basket. Tierra Lassiter now with 6 points.
Well, I'm sure she will do well over there, and we'll be glad. We look forward to talking to her when she comes back to find out what it's like to playing over in the European League.
Loved it. Quite frankly, I didn't realize that the women had leagues in Europe. So I'm glad to hear that, and that's ignorance on my part. But
they've had them for years.
Yeah, I know they have the men's and the traveling call against the Crabbers.
And that was helped along by the bench.
Little help from my bench. Veronica Bryant, number 15, will come in the game, and she'll give Shanika Jackson a break. You see you had a picture of Lakeisha on there a moment ago.
A nice pass inside that time. Yeah, I know she's sitting on the bench over there, but I didn't know if they had her on camera or not. But
Anderson,
that's the third one's on Mullins.
Anderson fouled in the act of shooting. Now I've got that as 2. Yeah, that's just 2. 2 fouls on Mullins.
Well, they missed one because it's 3.
Well, maybe someone else got that.
Because she had one down here that I told you was a good one, was the first one, and that's the second one she's had since that point.
Anderson misses on the first, so you're right, Bob. The Crabbers have really failed an opportunity to have a nice lead here based on their missed free throws. Morris down low, no good. Loose ball, heavy contact, and we've got a traveling. Good call. The Lady Crabbers have hit 4 of 14 free throws. So
wow.
You know David Six is just having a hard time.
And you're still leading by 8.
You know, you leave a team in the game, though, you never know what can happen. Got a block on Anderson, number 51. That's her second.
Got the foul. Who was that on 51? Anderson.
Watch the replay here. You'll see. I don't know. I didn't see that one.
I didn't either. And he was really not in position to make that call.
Missed on the first of 2, or actually the front end of the 1-and-1, I should say. So neither team lighting it up on the free throw line. A little more than a minute remaining in the first half. Bad pass. That was telegraphed all the way.
Yeah.
Sheree Mullins batted it away, and then the Crabbers get it back on the turnover. Lassiter, 1-on-3. Now she's got surrounded by Phoebus Phantoms, and they knock it out of bounds.
There was no friendly faces down there underneath the basket.
That was a 1-on-5 there for me.
Yeah. It was, well, actually it was 1-on-4 with number 5 coming up from behind.
Yeah, and I think she's the one that knocked it out of bounds. Down low, Anderson gets fouled, and that'll be the second on Bryant. That'll be 2 shots. So the Crabbers aggressive both on defense as well as on offense, and that's paying off for them. Taking those shots, making the Phantoms defend against it.
Right, and you're underneath the basket. You can't let that be an uncontested shot. You've got to get your hands up and do something, and hopefully they were not going to be calling a lot of fouls. Well, this game is calling a lot of fouls, but there is no way right now that that's helping the Crabbers because they can't make a foul shot. But it eventually will hurt the Phantoms because they're going to run out of ball players.
4 of 15 for the Crabbers on the free throw line, and finally Anderson, after missing her first 3, connects. And it's a 9-point lead now for the Crabbers, down to 40 seconds, and Morris steals the ball. Got a 2-on-none. Lassiter should score easily, and she does.
Nice job that time by Morris to be where she's supposed to be on that 1-3-1 trap. They throw the ball to the middle.
And stolen again. Lassiter, 1-on-2. Didn't get it to go. And then Morris commits the foul. And she
knew it as soon as she did it. Lassiter worried about the people behind her and didn't concentrate on shooting the layup that time.
So Morris commits the foul, and that will be, there you see the replay. Right there, she just bodied her, and it was a good call. So in the double bonus, that means Hampton now has committed 10 team fouls in the half. So it's 1-and-1 after 7, and then after you've committed 10, that's the same rule as you have in college, I believe, isn't it, Bob?
That's correct.
So at the free throw line with 2 shots is Audrey Taylor.
Well, we have a pep band here tonight. I was talking to Bill D earlier. He says, I tell you, it's driving me nuts. He says, I got ball game. He says, I was here every day last week except Thursday, and I had a class that night. Well, being athletic director, we know from last week when we was over to Bethel, and Kozlowski got there at 8:30 Saturday morning, and when it was 10 o'clock, he was still there that night.
15 seconds. Phantoms trying to make it difficult for the Crabbers to get it across the timeline. They do. This is Earp. Clary. Earp down to Morris with 2 seconds on the clock. No good. Stick back by Lassiter is good.
That's
and it
good.
counts.
Good job.
So Lassiter winds up the scoring at the buzzer. She has 10 of the Crabbers' 26 points. And at halftime, our score, Hampton 26, Phoebus 14. We'll return to Phoebus High School for the third quarter of action after a brief timeout.
As we come back to at Phoebus High School, some replay here. The halftime stats are brought to you by the birthday boy.
That's right. Well, he provided them to the non-birthday boy, Mr. Killen, with his instant stats here in the first half. First of all, for the Lady Crabbers, in the rebounding department, they had 23 all totaled, 7 defensive, 16 offensive rebounds. 5 assists, 7 steals, and 9 turnovers, while the Lady Phantoms had just 9 total rebounds, outright rebounded by 14, 7 defensive, just 2 on the offensive board, 3 assists, 5 steals, and they committed 16 turnovers, did the Lady Phantoms. In the scoring,
that many difference in offensive rebounds is unbelievable.
In the scoring for the Phantoms, they had 7 points from Crystal Clary, who's playing with 3 fouls. 4 points for Sheree Mullins on a 3-pointer and 1 of 3 free throws. 2 points for Sharon Bryant and 1 point for Audrey Taylor. For the Lady Crabbers, they were paced by Tiara Lassiter, who had 10 points on 8 baskets and 2 of 4 free throws. 7 points for Siobhan Earp. She had a 2, a 3, and she was perfect from the free throw line with 2 out of 2. 6 points for Alicia Morris, all from the field. She was 0 for 4 from the free throw line. 2 points for Takara White from the field, and 1 of 4 free throws for Janine Anderson for her 1 point. And at halftime, it's 26-14 as we're set to start the third quarter.
They almost gave the ball to the Phantoms instead of the Crabbers. Two more offensive rebounds, but that's the basket that the Lady Crabbers should have had. Did a good job of getting the ball inside, got it to Lassiter, a little too hard with the shot. But I see that the Lady Phantom's going to come out and they're going to put a little pressure defensively, although they turned the ball over that time.
And Clary is starting the third quarter with 3 fouls. Bobby tells me that Alicia Morris has 4 steals in the game, another turnover. And the ball is missed, and a rebound comes off to Lassiter. She's really had a bundle of rebounds in this game, too. Down low, feet underneath. Nice pass, a nice shot by Shonda Sturdivant.
Well, the time before, the Crabbers was going up for the rebound, and 2 of the Lady Crabbers fought for it.
Morris with another steal, and the basket is good by White.
Well, Morris is very active in the center part of that 1-3-1 half-court trap. She's knocking the ball loose.
Very coordinated for a big girl. That's a backcourt violation. Didn't call it. Offensive team cannot go from the offensive court all in the same motion to the backcourt and take a pass. She was straddling the line. I can't believe they didn't catch that. The foul is called. Here's the replay. I'm still looking for that one. Shonda Sturdivant now with 3. And at the free throw line is number 24, Crystal Woods. And she misses the first. What was that on the back of that sweatshirt? I missed that. Woods cannot connect, and Morris muscles the ball, and now another jump ball.
Well, and you know, Crystal Carey went after that ball, and that's aggressiveness with 3 fouls.
That says Crabbers forever.
Forever. Oh, okay. 4-4-4 forever.
Talking about the Hampton football team, 4 consecutive championships. From the corner, just inside the 3-point line for a 2-pointer. That's Sharon Bryant. She's got 4 points. A little bit of backcourt pressure applied by the Lady Phantoms, but the Crabbers handle it well. Earp will drive, and traveling was called.
They're going to call traveling on that.
6:04 to go in the third period. This period being brought to you by Zooms with 5 convenient Hampton locations. Zooms with Citgo gas, Krispy Kreme donuts, Beantown coffee, and lots of other good things. Crystal Clary got her own rebound and stuck it back in.
That's one thing about Crystal. If she misses, she go get her own rebound.
And a good steal.
She just made a steal. You've got to be aware of where you're throwing the ball to. Phantoms are very quick defensively.
Crystal, a very intricate part of this team. Without her, they don't do much. And remember, she has 3 fouls, so she has to be cautious on defense.
Lassiter with a nice runner.
Lassiter with 12 points. And that's the lead, 12, with 5:13 to go in the third period. Down low for Clary, no. And I think Morris was on her back. Let's see how they call it. That's the second. Watch the replay here. You're going to see Clary drive to the hoop and score the basket.
Tim, it looked kind of funny because her foot almost slipped out from under her.
Yeah, that would have been real bad because she would have taken a heavy fall. Fortunately, she was able to keep her balance. Hey, look at there, the twins. We got Sarah on the left and Nathaniel on the right. Nathaniel Braxton, Sarah Bowers doing a great job.
And we will pick a player of the game for both of these teams tonight. And those players receive a plaque and a shirt. Plaque comes from Buckwalder's Engraving. They're located on Kickotan Road. Phone number there, 723-6067. Give Jim a call. As you see one of our intense fans there, the shirt comes from Island of Hardware and Sporting Goods. They're located in Poquoson. Their phone number is 868-8467. Give Dave Chubb a call.
He's lonely. Call him.
He is lonely. And I've talked to Dave about that. That's two quick ones on Morse.
And that's her third. So Clary with 3 fouls, still playing aggressively. You just have to. You got to be cautiously aggressive if that isn't too much of a contradiction.
That's an oxymoron.
Who are you calling an oxymoron?
What is it? Jumbo shrimp and military intelligence?
All those things. Larry got the first. And the second one won't stay down. Lassiter 10 rebounds in the ballgame. Grabbers had it, lost it, and got it right back. Morris outside. White shot no good. Earp in the lane. What a shot.
Whoa. That was kind of a prayer.
Bench wanted to walk, but I thought it was a good play.
Oh, I don't think she walked. It just looked awkward.
Liz would argue that point with us, I'm sure. Steal by Sturdivant. 34-21. We're down to 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Deep in the corner, Earp rather, with the shot. Tried to steal it and tie up. Ball is finally controlled. Oh my gosh, bodies everywhere.
That's a double dribble or travel. Something was happening, but that's getting a little ragged out there.
I mean,
but if you're Hampton, Tim, you know they're going to try to get the ball inside the Crystal Clary. That is their big offensive weapon. So you just break it down in the side as we watch the scrum and the
look at there. 33 for Hampton landed on Jackson. Jackson did much more than, much bigger than a
nice block by number 23, Bryant.
Mullins on the other end of the fast break. That was pretty.
Defense caused the turnover and the basket as a result.
In spite of all the lopsided statistics, Bob, the Lady Crabbers are only up by 11. Lassiter fouled on the shot. That'll be 3 on Bryant.
Yeah, and again, part of that is not making free throws because that aggression and extra rebounds and offensive rebounds are getting a lot of fouls. We're going to have we got a timeout?
Hampton's going to take a timeout.
While they're doing that, let me tell you about WHCS and Channel 46. They welcome you to the Math Zone, a live televised interactive call-in program for students to get help with their math. Join Tyler Elementary teacher Cassandra Hamilton and Davis Middle School teacher Sherry Martin. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Give them a call at 850-5426 and join the Math Zone.
34-23, the Lady Crabbers have never relinquished the lead, but the Phantoms, to their credit, could have quit a long time ago, but they're hanging tough.
Well, the difference in the rest of the game in the first 5 minutes of the game is the Phoebus Phantoms were not aggressive on defense. They just kind of sit back and said, well, we're going to get the ball into Crystal and we're going, don't have to work real hard. Well, buddy, you got to work hard. David Six has got his girls prepared, and I know Liz had a talking to her girls. They come out, they're much more aggressive in the second half.
When play resumes, Lassiter will have 2 shots. 3:36 left here in the third period. Lassiter so far 2 of 4 from the free throw line in the first half, and she cans the first. Going to have a substitution, but it'll be for Lassiter, so unless she makes this free throw. And she does not. One way to keep herself in the game. The Phantoms with the rebound as Lassiter hits 1 of 2.
When you're inside like that and you got 3 or 4 people around and you got the ball, the best thing to do is just go up in there and try to shoot it.
Bryant from outside, off the mark. Nice save on the baseline by Clary.
I tell you, she's very aggressive. She really is impressive.
Clary down low, scores.
You let her get the ball down there, she's going to score.
7 in the first half, 7 in the third period for Clary. She's got 14, and we've got a travel against the Crabbers.
You can kind of feel the momentum giving a little shift here.
Substitution, Joyner, Latasha Joyner will come in for Lassiter for Hampton. Latasha. Pretty name. Feed it down low, Clary in the tall timber, and a tie-up. Possession error will give the ball to the Lady Crabbers.
And there's an example of when you get the ball inside and you take it down low, Crystal lost it.
Crabbers with the ball and a 10-point lead. Down low for Morris.
That high-low looks good.
Alicia Morris, she's got 8 points, and the lead is 12.
And that's a nice job by, who is that, Sturdivant, 33,
Yep.
on the assist.
3-pointers short. Kept alive.
Nice tap that time.
Galloway with the basket. That was a great job by Bryant to keep the ball alive. She couldn't rebound it herself, but she tapped it to a teammate. There's a travel.
You got to get rid of the ball.
Well, she picked up her pivot.
Yeah, she took 2 steps and didn't dribble.
So 10 points is the difference, and the Phantoms now with a chance to make it less than 10. Woods will come back in, and she'll replace Tara Galloway. Bad pass picked off by the Lady Crabbers. Takara White. 3-pointer.
3-pointer.
That's
the freshman, isn't it?
Yep, she's got 2 threes tonight. She got a pair of 2s, pair of 3s, and a pair of free throws. So she's working on all parts of her game. Morris knocks it out of bounds. It'll still belong to the Phantoms.
Well, that was a good job that time of Moore sealing off Clary so she couldn't get the ball, but Moore stuck her hand up and hit it, knocked it out, so the Phantoms retained the possession. Emily Smith comes in, give Alicia a break.
Alicia Morris gets a nice round of applause. She comes out of the game with 8 points. And the pass is picked off by the Crabbers. Too strong on the layup. Rebound comes off to Clary.
We've seen a lot of missed layups tonight, and it's just you're not under control when you shoot the layup.
You know what happened? The trailing defender clapped her hands.
Yeah,
and you think, well, yeah, that never works, but it worked.
It does sometimes.
Down to 1:11. Mullins for 3, short. Loose ball, stick back, no good. Clary, and a foul underneath.
I think they're going to call it on Sturdivant. Oh, 53, they're calling it on Emily, and she wasn't even in position. Watch the
That's
replay.
her first. Here's your replay. Short, underneath, and right there.
Looked like she had all ball.
It looked to me like she did. She might have gotten her with her body. The Phantoms doing a much better job on the offensive board. They had 2 in the first half. They have 8 here in the third quarter. So Liz Mears with some adjustments at halftime, and the offensive rebounding has definitely picked up and kept the Phantoms in this ballgame. They're down by 12. Make that 11.
And there's a difference, too, is what's happening on the foul line.
And not only that, but Clary, playing with 3 fouls, has been able to avoid that 4th one here in the 3rd period. Anderson is open and scores. Janine Anderson.
Just come into the game, as a matter of fact.
Less than a minute to go now. 42-29. Feed down low, and we got a pushing foul. I think that'll be against Anderson. That is the 3rd foul unofficially on Janine Anderson. That's a non-shooting foul. Here's your replay. You see down low here, ball comes in, and you just barely see it in your picture, but that was the call. And another foul. This will be a 2-shotter.
Oh, excuse me. Another quick one on Emily.
Yeah, she picked
they
up
let
2
the
here.
well, they let the Phantoms get the ball on the inbounds right underneath the basket, Tim, and then you try to defend it. What you do is not let them get that easy inbounds pass in that position, make them throw it outside.
Bryant, with her first trip to the free throw line, misses the first of 2. And misses the second one, but Clary rebounds, and no, I thought it was going to go in. Bryant, no. Another one, Woods, no. So 3 offensive boards for the Phantoms, couldn't get it to go down. And what do we got, a traveling?
That was a nice thought by the lady Crabber, number 15, Joyner, but she never got control of the ball, and she took a step before she made her pass. But that was a good thought, just didn't get it executed right.
Down to 18 seconds in the quarter. Prayer put up, and
we got some whistles coming. It's unbelievable.
I mean, I didn't see that one either, but it was called. Janine Anderson unofficially now with 4. Fouls are coming fast and furiously here. That's about 4 Hampton fouls just in the last minute of play here.
Well, that's right.
2 on Smith. Now Anderson picks up 1. And the lid has been securely placed over the Phoebus bucket as well for free throws, as Crystal Wood now is struggling with 0 for 3. Good rotation on the ball, just couldn't get it to go down. 10 seconds. Open for the shot as Earp, in and out. And no shot as the buzzer sounds to end the 3rd period. But the Phantoms, who trailed by 12 at halftime, cannot get into that lead, as after 3, they still trail, but this time by 13.
Turnovers by Phoebus, 12 turnovers by Hampton. That's part of the game right now. That's one of the reasons you got a 13-point difference. It'd be a lot more if Hampton had hit some foul shots at the first half, but second half, they haven't been to the foul line.
No, as a matter of fact, just 2 shots from the foul line. That was Lassiter's trip. The Phantoms, on the other hand, went to the foul lines 10 times, but only hit 3. So as I said, the Phantoms' free throw shooting deteriorated in the 3rd period. Phantoms really tightened up the rebounding statistics, but just weren't able to capitalize. And the Phantoms, as I said, they missed 7 of the 10 free throws that they had. 4th period underway. Crabbers up by 13. Mullins tries to get inside and is picked off. Nice steal by the Lady Crabbers.
That was Lassiter. Alicia Morris had tripped and fallen down. Lassiter, a good job of stepping in and knocking the pass away that was intended for Crystal Clary. Phoebus is in the zone.
Ball knocked into the backcourt by the Phantoms. Lassiter. Back to White. She's double teamed. Now gets it to Lassiter. The Crabbers is burning some clock.
Sometimes that'll backfire on
Yeah,
you.
it will
You
sometimes.
can't get out of your offensive rhythm.
This is Earp. Bad pass, but it was a savior by.
No, that
Lassiter.
was a good pass because it was to the. She was wide open, just didn't.
Well, I say bad. I mean bad in the sense that it really was a
More of a lob.
dangerous play.
Yeah, oh, dangerous. Very good.
A nice feed underneath, and Crystal Woods scores.
And see, that'll happen, Tim. Is the Phantoms are going to attack offensively, very aggressive. The Crabbers might want to hold the ball, and then you turn it over.
And White, that was a good foul by White because Crystal Clary had an easy basket.
See, and what's happening right now is Hampton is throwing the ball back outside rather than going inside. And if you turn the ball over, that gives Phoebus a chance for an easy basket. Watch the replay here.
Some of the replay you're going to see. Easy basket by Woods. Going to continue. This is still replay here. And you can stay with us, Scotty, because we're having a timeout on the live action. And there you saw, and she just threw a hip in there. Crystal Clary took quite a header on that one.
Yeah, she really did. David Allen and Zooms are recognizing the senior on each of the basketball teams with the highest GPA. Now, this will not always be a senior. Sometimes it'll be a junior, sometimes it'll be a sophomore. These players will receive a plaque for outstanding academic excellence. This will be presented at the Hampton School Board meeting on February the 17th. I have all of my players right now except the Hampton men's player. The boys player, I don't know who that young man is yet, but I have all the rest of them, and we will get those to the school board. They will be contacted, and we will present those plaques.
At the free throw line, Clary cannot connect. Jump ball and possession error will belong to the Crabbers.
Should be go to the Crabbers at this point.
So Clary 2 of 4 from the free throw line in the second half after hitting 1 of 2 in the first. And her miss allows the Crabbers now to bring it up and hopefully get back into some more of their offensive flow. Lassiter throws it up and a jump ball. That'll belong to the Phantoms. So Lassiter's miss and the tie-up gives the ball over to the Lady Phantoms.
You can almost feel this momentum change a little bit. You kind of feel that if the Lady Phantoms can get this to single digit, they got a real chance.
Almost stolen by Earp. Feed for Woods down low. Looked like she might have been fouled. Didn't get a call. Loose ball, and who's got it? Looks like the Phantoms finally control it. Jackson, right side. Sheree Mullins hit it. A three.
And all of a sudden, it's an 8-point game.
So Mullins with their second triple of the game. And now full court pressure. The Crabbers. Phantoms could have gotten that ball had they come to the ball. Good play by Earp to get the loose ball and keep it alive for the Lady Crabbers. Lassiter. And again, the Crabbers look like they've just gotten stagnant on their offense. There's no movement.
It really isn't.
Morris asking for the ball down low. Sturdivant, top of the key. Lassiter now to Morris, and that's the easy basket.
That's what you got to do. You got to still attack the basket offensively.
Well, you've got Clary with 3 fouls. She can't afford to be overly aggressive, although she's done well. She hasn't picked up her 4th foul. She played the whole second half without it. Mullins open for the 3 again. Can't get it, but the follow is good, and a foul is called.
A good job that time by number 13 for the Phantoms, and that's Shakina Jackson. Jenica.
That's Galloway, isn't it?
I'm sorry, I got the wrong one. You're right, it's Galloway. It's number 13, it's not 12.
I saw the replay. So the lead is 8 And a chance for the Phantoms to make it 6. Or 7, rather. And they do.
That's 2 3-pointers, one from the arc and one in the old-fashioned.
So the lead is 7. Better than 4.5 minutes left in the game. Earp out to Lassiter. Now Morris comes all the way out, plays the high post. And that one was almost knocked out of bounds by the Phantoms. It was knocked out of bounds. It almost got off a Hampton hand.
All right, we got a timeout now by the Lady Phantoms. It looks like it's a full timeout.
Apparently this is a full timeout. So right about the 4-minute mark, the Lady Phantoms have really stayed in this ball game. They could have just folded their tents up and the Crabbers walked away with this game, but they refused to do that. And Liz Mears has gotten an excellent effort in the second half as you look into her huddle and see her talking to her players.
The difference is the defense.
And that's Lakeisha, by the way.
They are very, very aggressive defensively. And as you can see, Lakeisha Frett right there on the right of the screen in the blue jacket. And she is explaining what you do and how you play this game. And not a better person over there is good at doing that. But they have been real aggressively defensively, and that's the difference. And that plus Hampton, it seems to be playing a little tentative offensively, and there's a good shot of Bill D.
Our favorite Phoebus High School football coach.
Yes, he is, and athletic director over here. He said he spent all his time. I asked him if he's got a bunk in the back where he spends the night there.
All right, back to the action now. The Crabbers trying to hold off this run by the Phantoms. Lassiter, top of the key for Earp. Earp drives the basket, put it up too strong. Morris got the rebound. She's tied up, and the possession arrow belongs to Hampton.
Well, right now you see what Hampton's got. They've got Emily Smith and Alicia Morris together.
And Lassiter, you've got 3 players on the court for Hampton, better than 6 feet tall. But they've gotten out of sync on their offense. And Phoebus is contributing to that. They're doing a real good job of playing defense. Lassiter in the lane, put it up, no. Tries to get her own rebound and doesn't work out.
Well, and 2 Lady Phantoms going for the ball, knocking it away from each other. Right into, Lady Crabbers fought with each other.
This is Jackson. Open for 3, no. And we've got a foul underneath the basket.
Crystal Clary grabbed the hold and held the Hampton ball player.
And that will be number 4 on Clary.
She got to be careful now with 3:26.
But she played the whole second half without getting one, so that was good. Now she'll come out and Liz
she's
Mears
staying
will,
in.
I'm sorry, 13 came in. I saw 3. I apologize. That was Galloway that came out.
Yeah.
Clary stays in. Thought she would. I was surprised that she was coming out with 3 minutes to go. White holds up her dribble and it gives the ball over.
And she was mugged and never looked.
Bodies everywhere.
Mullins gets him, takes it to the basket. Again,
5.
defense does it.
5 points the difference. Crabbers have just completely lost their rhythm. Three points.
Got a 3-point lead.
Lassiter draws the foul.
And the foul's on number 24, Crystal Woods.
2.5 minutes left. The Lady Phantoms have crawled back into this and are just down by 3. Here's some replay. This is Clary. Scramble for the ball. I mean, bodies just falling all over the place. But a good play by Mullins. Looks like she might have walked, but they didn't pick it up, and she scored. And the game is within 3. Now Lassiter misses the first of 2. Here's the easy basket on the steal. Lassiter misses both. And a jump ball, and the ball belongs to the Phantoms.
That was a quick whistle.
Well, that was a good whistle. Both players had the ball.
It was a good whistle, but it was a quick whistle.
So now the Phantoms will bring it up with a chance to either cut it down to 1 or even tie the game with a 3-pointer. And a bad play by Jackson as she lost control of her dribble.
And you saw what happened that time is Hampton came out and trapped.
And they've stopped, and they don't know why.
Well, the coach figured it was getting out of.
What a move by Lassiter. Shot won't go down, but what a bright.
Oh,
nice
that was
play.
an excellent spin move.
Less than 2 minutes to go.
That would have been a big basket.
Phantoms again only down by 3. Mullins, who's got a couple of threes. Now deep in the corner, shot is short. Follow up, no good. Morris with the rebound. Looked like someone might have gotten fouled.
Yeah.
Looked to me like she got her on the arm, but the official right there.
Well, and he looked like it hit ball,
yep.
So.
A minute and a half. Crabbers by 3. Lassiter. Wisely dishes left side. This is a 3-pointer. No good. Sturdivant follows. No good, but she'll get 2.
Fouls on Mullins. That's got to be at least 4 on her.
I have it as her 4th. So Clary and Mullins each with 4 now. A minute 20 remaining. And again, that score is stuck on 44-41. Liz Mears, you can see the fans and assistant coaches over here trying to calm her down a little bit.
She can liable to break her other wrist if she's not careful.
And again, the Crabbers' free throw shooting has just been awful. In the second half, after missing most of their free throws in the first half, they're 1 of 5 in the second half.
Well, if they lose the ball game, they being the Lady Crabbers, they lost it because they didn't make any foul shots.
Still can't make a foul shot. Now the Phantoms knock it out. It should. Oh my
that
gracious.
bad call. That was terrible. That was terrible.
That wasn't even close.
Wasn't even close.
That's the case where the player talked the referee into it. David Six is livid.
Well,
Very
and that's
careful.
the official that was doing the JV game earlier.
Earp picks up the foul, her 3rd. Here's the replay. You can just see the very end of it. David Six just really upset, as well he should be. At least from here, it certainly looked like it went off of a Phoebus player, but that's history.
Is that a double bonus? They in the double bonus?
Yep.
They're shooting 2. Every foul shot.
1:08 remaining. Mullins makes it a 2-point game. Got to be thinking about players of the game, Bob. Off the mark, and Morris is fouled, and that'll be 5 on Clary.
5 on Clary. That's a makeup call. That's a makeup call.
So Clary will foul out of the ball game, and she will leave the contest. She scored 7 in the first half, scored 9 in the second half for a game total unofficially of 16. And she certainly was instrumental in bringing this team back. In the lane, White can't get it to go down. The Crabbers haven't scored in minutes.
But that's a good shot. You
Sure.
can't fault her. An excellent shot. You're within 4 feet of the basket, but you don't have your big shooter in there. Mullins is your outside threat. You don't have Crystal Clary in there for your inside threat.
Now, can the Phantoms have the confidence without Clary in there? That's the question right now.
We got a timeout. Liz Mears is very animated.
Officials take a lot of grief, don't they?
Oh, I tell you what. Tiara Lassiter, player of the game for the Hampton High Crabbers, Lady Crabbers.
And that's a good call. I think she's got 10. Let's see, got 13 points. Siobhan Earp is also a strong candidate. She has 6, 10, 12. She got 12 points, but I think Lassiter's been instrumental with her rebounding and her playmaking. And my pick, and I should hold off on this because this game ain't over yet.
No, but
yeah, I agree with you. I think although Clary got the Phantoms going, it's Mullins who has really carried them in the second half.
Well, she's the one that picked up the loose ball, makes the shot. She's made some outside three-pointers. She has played great defensively. She's really brought this team back defensively in the second half, and that's why they're as close as they are. And I got to agree with you. I think we got to go with Mullins and Lassiter as the two players of the game.
You know what I'm looking over here too? The Lady Phantoms are having fun too. I love to see that.
Are.
They're joking and clowning and messing with the coach. And she's smiling even during this time when it's...
And that's not easy to do.
No, it's crunch time. Down by 2. Put it up. Got it.
Wow, we got a tie game. And the Hampton Crabbers calls timeout.
9.6 seconds remaining.
Tell me it's not exciting to come to high school basketball. Look at the fans and watch this shot. Great job that time. And who was that?
That was 23 Bryant.
Excellent.
Sharon Bryant with 6 points, and none any bigger than that one.
Oh, you gotta love this kind of competition. It would cost you, what, $2 or $3 to get to a ball game? You can watch 2 games, the girls and the boys. If you get here real early, you can watch 3.
But at any event, there are 9.6 seconds, so the Crabbers have time to get the ball in and get down and get a good shot. Now, if I'm the Hampton coach, and I would not even start to second guess Davis 6, but I would try to get the ball down low to either Emily Smith or Alicia Morris.
Boy, but you got to get the ball down and get it up in the air quick. You should have both. Well, he hadn't got Emily. I would have Emily in there, Emily Smith along with Alicia Morris for rebounding. I'd get people underneath the basket.
Well, Smith is not in there. Morris is. Crabbers get it to White.
We're going into overtime. Nobody wanted to take the shot. But the problem with the Phantoms are they're going to have to step up, get somebody else to help them inside. And if that Crabbers is smart, they'll go inside every time they go offensively. Woo! Love this game.
So Sharon Bryant makes it an overtime contest.
Well, what's Killen asking?
Wants to know if we get overtime.
Yeah, we get overtime. And it's the only reason we got overtime is because it's his birthday. This will be the second time in this game that there will be a jump ball.
So even though we have given our player of the game picks, the most valuable player in the game could still be determined.
You're right there. But if you look for the whole game, we got to go. I think who we went with, we're pretty happy with.
And that's the point we want to make, is the fact that those two players we chose, and it's never an exact science, as we've talked about.
I see Crystal Clary come over and say, now overtime, do I get one more foul? Don't you wish?
You know, there's been talk over the years of doing that in the pros, is in overtime adding one more foul to the number you can get and allowing players who had fouled out another opportunity.
I don't like it.
No, I don't think they'll ever do it.
They get 6 as it is. They don't need any more. They got to start playing some basketball. They've missed half a season.
4 minutes of overtime. Crabbers also have to be concerned because Earp is playing with 3. Anderson has 4. Morris has 3. So they have to be concerned about some foul problems too.
Well, that's what you do. You start right away and go down and make a quick basket.
That's about the first basket that they've scored in about 4 minutes.
Well, what they need to do is go jump ball a little bit more.
Turnover.
Well, they get a turnover and then they throw the ball right back. And I know David Six is beside himself, but he's back in that half-court 1-3-1 trap, and that's what you got to be in.
Now, another factor here is the fact that the Phantoms are in the double bonus. The Crabbers aren't even in the bonus at all yet.
And that same shot, same area.
Same player, Bryant. Lassiter, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Phantoms, no foul.
And you notice what the both teams are doing is they're bringing the ball up the sideline instead of the middle of the court, and they're getting trapped on the sideline as soon as they cross half court.
Got a foul underneath. And that is a penalty situation, and that's the 4th on Morris. Bob Gillen again and giving me the statistic that the steals are reversed here. In the first half, it was all Hampton on the steals. Now it's been the Phantoms. And I got to tell you, this trapping defense that the Crabbers gave up, I think that was a mistake. But Mullins, and I'm sure David Six has his reasons, and I'm really not trying to second guess him. I'm just saying it seemed like they lost a lot of their aggressiveness and their continuity when they gave up that trap.
And let me tell you, that is the first lead for the Lady Crabbers tonight.
Phantoms.
I'm sorry, Lady Phantoms. What did I say, Crabbers? Well, a little excited.
They had a jump ball on the loose ball, and now the possession arrow gives it right back to the Phantoms. So with 2:59 to go in the first overtime, and as they is knocked out of bounds, belongs to the Lady Crabbers. So that would be a make-up call for the one at the other end. I don't think he intentionally did it, but if it was a bad call, those even out. And usually bad calls do even out over a process of the game. So now Morris playing with 4 fouls, has to be cautious. But the Phantoms have lost Clary, and Lassiter loses the ball to Mullins. Nice job on defense by White. Takara White knocked the ball away and did not commit a foul in the process.
Well, the Crabbers are just doing too much dribbling and not passing the ball around, trying to get it inside.
Bryant can't hit.
Lassiter gets the rebound. But let's see if they run some offense.
12 rebounds for Lassiter in the game. Earp is fouled, and she'll get 2 shots.
If that's on Mullins, that could be it for her. Oh, that's 4. Well, they missed one. I thought she had 5, but maybe I missed one.
So 4 on Mullins, 4 on Morris of Hampton.
And now you need some foul shots.
Anderson of Hampton, who's not in the game at the moment, has 4. But the Crabbers have just been horrible at the free throw line tonight. And Earp finally hits one.
Well, that looked good. That was a good-looking shot.
Well, I said she finally hits one as a team that they finally hit one. She's 3 for 3. Got a nice stroke.
She got a nice touch, didn't she?
So that gives the lead back to the Lady Crabbers by 1 as we approach the 2-minute and 10-second mark. And stolen by Lassiter. Scores.
That's where that trap, and you're right. Why did they forget about it?
Lassiter steals it again. Bad pass, but Earp is able to recover. Grabbers by 3. We're down to 1:41. 4-3. Earp, no good. Morris has to be careful. She has 4.
Well, we got a timeout by the 22nd.
So a 20-second timeout.
Oh, tell me this isn't exciting.
Tell me the coaches aren't into this game too. 50-47.
Well, we want to say thanks not only to David Allen and Zooms, but Wood Funeral Home, and the funeral director is Richard Pulley. We also want to thank Dave Buckwalder and John Roberts.
Losing your voice there, Bob?
Yeah, I'm getting excited. Owners of Buckwalder Engraving and Island Hardware and Sporting Goods for helping us recognize the players of the game tonight. Jerry Mullins of the Phantoms and what's Lassiter? Tierra Lassiter.
In the lane, Jackson blocked.
Oh, nice
nicely.
block. Nice block.
Was that Lassiter
Oh,
that blocked?
ball, yes.
So White now gives to Lassiter. Lassiter wants to drive, got tangled up with one of her own players. Grabbers with a 3-point lead, the ball in 1:07 to go in the first overtime. Threw the ball away as the ball was.
Two Crabbers and neither one of them wanted to catch it.
Each thought the other had it. Less than a minute now. Grabbers wanting to try to trap at the timeline. Bryant's pass for Mullins, knocked out of bounds by Earp of Hampton.
Well, now what you got to be concerned with of Hampton is where is Sherry Mullins on the court? She's a good three-point shooter. The Phantoms trail by 3 points. You just don't let her get an open look at the basket.
Jackson will throw it up. No good. Morris kicks it out quickly for Earp. Earp had a 1-on-2 and decided very wisely to hold it up. Her team's got a 3-point lead. We're at the half-minute mark of overtime. Lassiter drives the lane, pulls up, strong. Rebound out to Morris. She puts it up. No good. Lassiter follows it.
3 offensive rebounds. And that's the difference right there.
Well, that's why, you know, when Clary left, the inside game for the Phantoms seemed to go away. That's a 3. Phantoms wanted a timeout, but they can't call timeout while Hampton has the ball. Well, that was about as exciting as you get.
That is.
Liz Mears says, I wanted a timeout, but the referee couldn't hear her, and none of her players signaled for it, and by the time they would have gotten it, the ball was in Hampton's hands, and you can't call timeout if you're Phoebus.
You're right. You want to recognize our sponsors, and we'll.
Yes, we do. We're going to do that and then get out of here. But I'll tell you, the final score was Hampton 52 and Phoebus 50 in overtime. Want to thank our sponsors again, Zooms, with 5 convenient locations, and Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director. Our players of the game, Tiara Lassiter of Hampton and Sheree Mullins of the Lady Phantoms. For Bob Hintz, Bob Killen, and the entire Channel 46 crew, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.